Hi there, it's Chris Hamilton here with Sales Tip a Day, www.salestipaday.com. And recently, I have had the fortune of speaking at several of Intuit's recent events. And one of the reasons why they asked me to speak is not only because of an accounts payable software platform company that I help operate, which is called bookkeepingautomation.com, and also enter my invoice. The other side of it is how to generate sales opportunities by using LinkedIn. So what happens is when you're using QuickBooks Online and when you use applications like bookkeepingautomation.com or entermyinvoice.com, it helps reduce the amount of hours that you currently spend putting information into QuickBooks. So one of the things that you can do is go after more clients and make your business more profitable. So henceforth, what I've done is I've created a presentation that I've shown to several of the groups that I've been able to attend. And this one's on using the power of LinkedIn to generate sales opportunities. So I thought what I'd do is I would do this for the group of attendees that have shown up at some of the different Intuit events in Western Canada over the last little while. So with that said, here's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you multiple tips that you can use to get your LinkedIn profile viewed by up to 15 times more qualified prospects. Why is that important? Well, what happens is literally 50% of people that are looking for products or services jump on LinkedIn, and they will be looking to connect with you to see if you can help them out. The other thing too is I'm going to show you the easiest way to find up to 400% more sales opportunities from leads that close at 2 times the norm. I'm going to show you an underutilized LinkedIn strategy that will help you on the path to generating a steady stream of qualified sales leads. And I'll tell you what, this thing that I'm going to teach you, 99.9% of the people on LinkedIn don't use, yet it's responsible for up to 40 times more cold. And last but not least, I'm going to show you 5 key LinkedIn search tactics that will help you identify better qualified sales prospects to go after. So why listen to me? Tell you what, I walk the walk. I leverage LinkedIn on a daily basis to help grow my different businesses that I'm a part owner of. And just to prove it, I mean, our bookkeeping automation platform, this is our CRM. At the time I did this, we had about $1.7 million worth of opportunities sitting in our pipeline. It's probably grown to about $2.5 million. I think probably 25 to 50% of that is going to be identifiable as closable. So, and we did that within a relatively, less than about 5 months, and with a part-time effort. And it was completely leveraging LinkedIn to get myself in the door into every single one of these opportunities. So another thing I want you to look at is I used to work for a company, and they gauged the activities of their salespeople. And this is me against, that circle there is me against probably close to 220, 230 different salespeople in the company. So what you see is my activity levels were extremely high. I sent way more emails. And then in fact, I booked 10 times more meetings than our average salesperson in the company. And I also did 30 times more online demos. Now, when I say I booked 10 times more meetings, what I did was I had the ability to book meetings with multiple people. I literally generated 10 times more meetings because a lot of the people I competed against went to one-to-one meetings. Same thing with the online demos. I would do online demos and I would have groups of people come in rather than one-to-ones on people. So my activity was through the roof compared to this company. I did it about half the time of the other sales reps in this company. So let me explain to you what you have to deal with as a bookkeeper, maybe even an accountant, but in this one, it's in bookkeepers' point of view. If you go through LinkedIn and you use the word bookkeeper or bookkeeping as a generic searched against the provinces in Canada, what you find is these numbers that are listed against each of these provinces. In total, what you see is there's almost 26,000 people just on LinkedIn that you compete against for bookkeeping services. Now, here's what I would say is that number is probably about a third or half of what the total marketplace is. So if you take a look at that, that means there's probably 50,000 to 75,000 people that are doing some form of bookkeeping in the Canadian marketplace right now. If you take a look at the statistics from revenue or from the government of Canada, what you're going to see is as of December 2015, there were 1.14 million small and medium enterprises in Canada. Now, if we were to use just the bookkeepers or bookkeeping people listed on LinkedIn, that would mean that there is one bookkeeper for every 45 businesses in Canada. And that's assuming that these 1.14 million businesses actually use a bookkeeper, which they don't. There's a lot of businesses that don't. So that number is actually a much smaller. It's probably 1 in 30 businesses. So it's a very competitive market space that you are in. You know what? If you're going to be competing in this marketplace, if you're going to start embracing technology, if you're going to look at potentially how do we grow our business, then what happens is you better be putting your best foot forward and beat out your competition. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in this presentation, how to create a killer LinkedIn profile that gets 15 times more views. I'm going to show you 5 ways to identify the best prospects that close at 2 to 4 times the normal rate. And I'm going to show you how to land clients with a tactic that's 40 times better than cold calling, or up to 40 times better than cold calling, with a strategy, as I said before, that 99.9% of your competitors have no clue about. So I'm letting you in on a massive secret here that's going to help you transform your business. So that said, I'm going to show you 11 profile tactics that you can use to beat out your competition. So once again, why is it important to beef up your profile on LinkedIn? Literally 50% of people that are looking for products and services, they will go to LinkedIn and start trying to find someone that can help them with this. So if you have a tremendous profile that speaks to them, you're going to get more opportunities coming down the pipeline. Plus, if you have a complete profile, you're going to get about 15 times more views than people who have incomplete profiles. So first of all, what I found, one of the problems that I see when I go through LinkedIn, and I have been on LinkedIn for over 10 years. I, in fact, joined in March of 2006 when there was only 4.5 million people on LinkedIn. Now there is well over 450 million. I was in the first 1% that jumped on LinkedIn. Here's some of the things that I see. So problem number one is your headline. So a lot of the times what happens is people's headlines are just grabbed from their most current position that they have. And really what your headline should be is it should explain who you serve, who you are, who you serve, what results you get, and have a clear call to action. So for example, you could put, and this one originally was geared towards financial investors, so that's why you see some financial investor stuff here, but helping business owners save more of their income with smart investments. Connect with me for more information. If you're a bookkeeper, it could be helping business owners get peace of mind with their finances. Ask me how, connect with me for more information. That's the sort of stuff that you can do. One of the other things you should look at is if you go through, only 18% of people on LinkedIn have a premium account. But, those 18% are probably leveraging it and getting the vast majority of business out of LinkedIn. So I always tell people get a premium account because there's so much more that you can get from a premium account. So, as it relates to a premium account, literally premium account members get 15 times more views of their profiles. There, you have way more search options available to you, so you can find way better qualified prospects. You have better search results coming back. You get to see more search results coming back, more opportunities. And the reason why I say this is that with a free account, you literally can only see 100 people that come back in a search result. When you start moving to the next level, which is a premium account, you get to see 1,000 people plus. And so what happens is the people you're competing against are probably seeing the only same, 100 people that you're going after. There's another 900 plus that you can have access to start doing an outreach to as well on that stuff. The other thing too is that with a premium account, when you start drawing people in, you've got ways for prospects to contact you. There's a way you can set things up on LinkedIn to have these prospects connect with you directly and ask you, which you don't get with a free account. And last but not least is there's a way to get LinkedIn to send you sales leads by using their Save Search functionality. And if you ever want to know about that, you can reach out to me, chris@salestipaday.com. Now, the third thing that I see is that it's hit and miss on this, but you can put posts up on LinkedIn. And, when you put posts up on LinkedIn, one of the best things that happens is it shows your smarts and what you do and makes you a thought leader, which impresses people. Not only that, you also get to see, double the size in the search results. So if you take a look here, Tom here compared to Andrew and Michelle, his results are double. When his results are double, guess what? Your eye's drawn into that. So you can actually, it's a great way to get people to gravitate towards you as well. So, by the way, posting something once per month, 20% of your connections will see it, or your contacts will see it. If you're posting things 20 times a month, 60% of your contacts will see this. Now, when I say posting, it doesn't mean coming up with original content. It means you may have found something online that you think is cool and sharing that with your LinkedIn connections. That's also something that you can do. Now, the other thing that I see as a problem is a lot of people have their profiles read like a resume, and that is the worst thing that you can do. What you should be doing is you should be showing what you can do for people or how you can help them out. So the next problem that I see is a lack of a summary or a summary that sucks. So LinkedIn gives you the ability to put a summary in. If there is almost no summary or a lack of a summary, then what happens is, what it's saying is, I've got nothing to say, I can't provide you anything, no reason to contact me, don't even bother with me. Fill out that profile or fill out the summary section. I mean, basically, it's a time to shine. Let prospects know what you can do for them. Let them know who you work with, what your client base is. Let them know why what you do works and is going to help them out. Also, what makes you different from your competitors? You must have something that's different than the people that you're competing against. Then what you could do is also put in recommendations and stuff like that. Here's what others are saying about me and what I've done for them. You can also explain to these people, here's how my product or service works. So for example, in the bookkeeping world, if you're doing value pricing, what you can say is, I provide a monthly bookkeeping service for one price that's set on a monthly basis all year round. That's it. That's how it works. And then last but not least is have a way for them to contact you. Here's my email address. Here is my phone number. Here's a way to reach out to me as well. Once again, I'm going to go into this lack of a summary, but what I found is when you go through, you find some people are starting to get into this and they understand this. So here's someone that I found that has like an about me, what I do. Here's the areas of expertise that I have. What I want you to do is when you look at this is understand that, what's kind of bad is this is about the person, not the client. So make it about the client. One thing that's good though is this person has put in their areas of expertise. Now that's cool because what happens is LinkedIn goes through and it looks at this stuff and it will start putting you up in the search results when people are looking for specific things. So in this case, if someone's looking for insurance protection, if they go insurance protection in the search bar, this person will probably show up because they've got that sitting in their profile as well. One of the things that I do like about this is he does, this person who did this has client testimonials listed down below. But the problem is what he's doing is he's forcing people to copy and paste that link and go into a browser and click on it. My suggestion would be use LinkedIn's recommendation functionality, or actually ask someone for a recommendation and paste it right into your summary as well. Problem number 6 that I've seen, so this is out of 11 problems, is a lack of a way to contact you. So what happens is you draw people in to your profile, but then you give them no way to reach out to you. So if someone's not a first level connection where you're directly connected to them, but second level and beyond where you're not directly connected to them, if they come to your profile, the chances are of them reaching out to you are going to be slim unless you give them some way to reach out to you. So my suggestion would be in the first line of your summary, put something in like I do. Call me at my number, email me at this email address. There's also a section in your LinkedIn profile which has additional information. And one of the ones is advice for contacting Chris. Put your data or your information in there as well. And that way people will connect with you. So if you take a look at my summary here, I've got that call me at, and there's all the information in there. Now, why is this important? So one of the interesting things is on the right-hand side here, you see my mobile profile for LinkedIn. And this mobile profile, it pulls data in from all over your LinkedIn profile and displays it. But 55% of all the people who use LinkedIn use a mobile device. And that was from statistics about a year ago. Nowadays, it's probably closer to 65 to 70% are using a mobile device. So here's, if you put call me at or email me at and put your information in that first line of your summary, it gets pulled into your LinkedIn profile, and that way people, your mobile profile, and that way people can find you as well. Here's something that's interesting. It baffles me is that, problem number 7, not having a picture. Make sure that you have a picture in your profile. And here's why. 50% of people won't even look at your profile if it's incomplete, such as I don't have a picture. That's non-compelling reason for them to look at that. By the way, just back to this point about no picture. The other thing too, make it a professional picture. Have a smile, make it a professional setting. Don't have it you holding your dog or your kid or playing soccer or something like that. LinkedIn's all about business. It's not Facebook. So make sure that it's a professional picture so that people will be drawn into you. One of the things that I often say to people is that if you don't give someone a reason to call you or connect with you or do something, they're not going to do it. So make sure that your profile has a call to action. That can be in your summary. It can be in your work experience as well. The reason why you want to do this, a call to action can increase your desired response rate by up to 37 times compared to not having a call to action. So once again, call me at this number, email me at this email address for a no hassle quote on your bookkeeping services or accounting services or whatever. Contact me or go to this link or do this or do that. Give somebody a reason to reach out to you. Here is, once again, I've got stuff, if you look at my profile, that talks to, sign up for my newsletter. Go here, get this information, contact me here, do all this stuff. So that's one of the things. One of the other things that really, truly baffles me too is that if people go to the time of signing up for a LinkedIn account, then they put almost no information on their profile. And really, this was one that I found. I kept the names out so that people can't see who the heck they are or anything like that. But realistically, this person had just their experience and nothing else in their profile. So there's really no reason to connect or contact or reach out to this person as well. So don't do something like that. This is one of the best ways to get found on LinkedIn, and I'll tell you why in a second here. So my recommendation is think about different skills and add them to the skills section in your profile. And right now, if you list skills, you will get found 10 times greater than most people on LinkedIn that do not have skills. And right now, there's about 40,000 plus skills on LinkedIn. Now, in a real world setting for this is because I have an accounts payable software company that I look after, I've been looking for people that are QuickBooks or have QuickBooks in their profile. And when I search on QuickBooks in a specific geographical area and click search, a lot of people will show up, and I'm looking through their profiles going like, where do I see QuickBooks? And literally about 40% of the time, it's in the skills section. So, if someone is looking for someone who's a QuickBooks certified person or anything like that, just put those skills in and get people to recommend you or endorse you on those skills. And what happens is you'll see that you get found way more online just by doing this sort of stuff. If you want to understand what skills, go through several of your competitors' profiles and just look if they have skills listed and steal from them. That's the sincerest form of flattery, is to kind of copy others. But leverage it to your advantage. And you can put up to 50 skills. My recommendation would be try to get 50 skills that you have listed that wrap around bookkeeping or accounting of some sort, right? Last but not least, this is something that is completely mind-blowing to me, that people don't ask for recommendations on LinkedIn. So one of the things that I think most people should do is ask for a recommendation from their current clients and make it part of your business process. Now, the reason being is that a recommendation is social proof. So think about this. You and another person are being sought after for bookkeeping or accounting services or whatever you provide. And you have 20 recommendations around what you have, glowing recommendations. The other person has none. Who do you think they're going to gravitate towards? They're going to gravitate towards you. Now, do you want me to, I'll give you a little hint on how to get a recommendation from people. Write your own recommendation and send it to them and ask them to recommend you on LinkedIn. And that's how you get people to actually recommend you. It'll work wonders. Look at 5, 10, 20 of your clients or something like that, and then ask them, write a recommendation. Make sure it's unique, each one. Ask them to recommend you and put it out, and they will do that. It's amazing what will happen with that. And you will see people gravitating towards you because of the social proof that you have as well. So I'll tell you what, if you want to understand how to amp your LinkedIn profile, I've got a free ebook that you can get, 41 tips to supercharge your LinkedIn profile. All you got to do is go to bit.ly/li_prof. And what happens is you can download or get a copy of this for free, and you don't have to give me your contact information or anything like that. You can just download it directly right from my website, and it will help you out supercharging your profile. So that's your billboard. That's when people come and see you. Now what you need to do is you need to go find people that are going to fit within your target demographic. So I'm going to teach you 5 tactics to become a LinkedIn search ninja that very few people know about. So these 5 things are as such. First of all, it works only with the advanced search functionality. So that advanced at the top of LinkedIn is what you click, and then this advanced people search box pops up. And the first column where it says people and then advanced people search, those 2 first columns are part of the free account. The ones where you see kind of that golden or orangey LinkedIn logo are premium account functionality. So if you have that, you have access to that sort of stuff. But you know what? The first 2 columns will get you started and get you going out the door. So I'm going to teach you these 5 tactics that you can use to find way better results on LinkedIn. Now, the first thing you want to do is use quotes to find an exact phrase for someone. So if you take a look, I'm looking for someone who is a vice president. I got quotations around that. Now, here's why I want to do that is that if I'm looking for people that without those quotations and it's a vice president, what LinkedIn's going to do is it's going to look for presidents, it's going to look for vice presidents, it's going to look for vice chairman, vice counsel, vice whatever. It starts pulling all this data in, and because it's saying, well, we don't know exactly what you want, so we'll just start displaying results for you. By putting those brackets around it, all of a sudden it's saying, okay, so he's looking for a vice president. Now, if you put the brackets around certain things, what happens is now you're starting to combine terms and modifiers. And modifiers are kind of the 3 other things I'm going to teach you about. So this is the second one, the brackets. The 3 others are and, or, and not, which are modifiers. So in this case, what I'm looking for is vice president altogether, and all in capitals, and then in brackets, I want to find sales or marketing. So this is going to look for a vice president sales or a vice president of marketing. And notice that the and the or are in capitals. So these modifiers have to be in capitals. So the first thing is we've got quotations. Next thing is brackets. Next thing is we're going to talk about these 3 modifiers, which will take us out to the top 5 LinkedIn Ninja search tips. First one, so we've got and, or, and not. Now, it's important. They have to be in uppercase. I stress that. You have to have these in uppercase or it won't work. And is when you're searching for 2 terms that need to be included. So for example, when I'm looking for a vice president sales and marketing, I want to make sure it's sales and marketing. And the other way is if I want to broaden my search, I can put an or in there, right? So in some cases, some people put it vice president, other people put VP. Right? So if I look at vice president or VP, sales and marketing, it's going to get back better results for me. So I'll give you an example on this. When I search on LinkedIn and I look up vice president, sales and marketing in Calgary, I ended up with 35 people. In my search results, it came back. When I put vice presidents in quotations or VP, sales and marketing, almost 2,200 came back. So if you take a look at that, I would have missed out on potentially 2,164 potential opportunities to be going after on LinkedIn. This completely broadens your results that come back for you on LinkedIn. The last term that we look at is not, when you're trying to exclude a specific term. So in this case, I'm looking for vice president of sales. I don't want anyone that's had any marketing experience, so I put that not modifier in there with marketing. So here's how you use this. Really quickly, you just use that advanced people search, put in your different search parameters. So in this case, I'm looking for first and second level connections that are located in Calgary. If I wanted to, I'd look at specific groups. So in this case, I'm looking for the young oil and gas professionals in Calgary. And then, if I want to add current companies or industries, past companies, anything like that, I could put that sort of parameter in there. And then what I do is I hit, or I look for presidents or owners. What happens, what comes back here is I get 416 results. Now, I did this specifically with a group associated with it, and I'll tell you why, is that when you are reaching out to people on LinkedIn, if you quote that you're part of a common group on LinkedIn, you're up to 70% more likely to get an appointment or get a response from a cold connection when you cite that LinkedIn group than when you don't. So you increase your opportunities tremendously just by citing that group that's in there as well. But anyways, back to the story here, I'm getting 416 people that are potential opportunities of people that I could be going after for clients that I want to go after. So what are the benefits of these search tactics, these 5 search tactics? So once again, it's the quotations, the brackets, and or not as modifiers. You're not wasting your time on the amount of search results that you get. You're getting a better defined set of results. You're spending less time searching because you're getting better results coming back. So you're not having to rechange or rejigger things to go and get that stuff done. And last but not least, like I say, you end up with way better results coming back to you as well. If you want to actually see these tips or get a little bit more information, LinkedIn has a great tip sheet. If you just go into Google and type LinkedIn Boolean search tips, Boolean search tips, you'll get this link and you can download it and you can go through and see how it works as well. Now, here's another thing is if I run a monthly LinkedIn social selling success webcast, realistically, what I do is I show multiple tactics and tips that you can take to generate sales leads through LinkedIn. So if you really want to become part of this, what you can do is you can use bit.ly / and these have to be capital, LI, both have to be capital, _ capital S for social, capital S for selling. So it's capital L, capital I, _ capital S for social, capital S in selling. You don't have my card, so don't worry about the QR code. Or if you really want to, you can text LinkedIn to 1-855-969-5300 and you'll get registered for it. And what happens is an email will come with all the information about the event so that you can join it. It's about an hour long, but I'll tell you, by the time you walk away from that, you'll have multiple tactics that you can use to generate more business for your bookkeeping or your accounting business as well. So I've gone through important tips about your profile. I've gone through how to find the right people. Now I'm going to get in the meat and potatoes and just show you the best way to generate qualified leads sales leads on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go through some mind-blowing facts. So one of the things that you need to know about is that only 11% of salespeople or business owners have a formalized referral process. Yet it's responsible for 65% of all the sales opportunities or sales leads coming in the door. And these two facts come from the Word of Mouth Marketing Association. Now, if you take that number of the 11% going after 65% versus 89% going after 35% of sales, the people who have a formalized referral process are generating 15 times more sales leads or sales opportunities compared to the people that are not leveraging a referral process. If you take that number and take a look at it, basically what they're generating is 94% more sales leads compared to their counterparts. Just that alone, just by starting to look at that, you can understand that there is an impact that you can have on your business. Now, the other thing too is that referred sales generate about 14% more business per sale. They also close at double the normal rate of regular sales. And they'll close in up to a quarter of the time compared to regular sales, because what happens is you're leveraging someone else's trust level that you don't have to build to get you in the door and shorten that sales cycle as well. And when you combine all these factors together, typically, if you're firing on all cylinders, you can generate up to 137 times more revenue by putting a referral process in place than people that don't have a referral process. The other thing you can look at is it gives you a leverage of about 120-fold compared to people that don't have that. So you're going to put way more opportunity in the pipeline. You're going to close more business. And I'm a realist. I understand that you're not going to fire on all the cylinders, and you're not going to get 120 times more productivity out of yourself. But imagine if you could double or triple or quadruple or tenfold your productivity just by incorporating a referral process in place. That's going to have huge impact on your business. So what I talk about is leveraging the power of LinkedIn, which is the world's biggest network of business individuals, plus combining referrals. That's going to give you massive success. And here's how we do this. It's a process that I deem the digital referral, which is leveraging connections and contacts to get introductions to open up more business. So how do I do this? Let's take a look at this. Once again, we go into this advanced people search. Let's say I'm looking for a vice president of sales and marketing. I want to find a second level connection. So people that I'm not connected to, but are connected to somebody who I'm connected to in a specific geographical area. When I do this, in this case, I got back 114 results coming in the door. Now, when that happens, let's say I want to take a look at this Gary Leach fellow, for example. So to get into Gary, what I do is if I look at his profile and I click on the 16 shared connections that's just down below his name, what happens is I end up looking and seeing Jason Brown, Randy Lennon, and Cam Shell. And these are people that I could leverage to get in the door. But let's just say none of them are strong enough relationships for me. One of the things that I can do is click this View 16 shared, View All 16 shared. When I click on that, it brings up a listing of all these 16 people. And I can go through and find someone to actually connect with. Or put a connection into me. So what do? I pick the person that I want to get an introduction in. I take this into an email and I send it off to my connection so it can send it off to him. And basically what I do is I write the email for them so that they just copy and paste it into an email and send it off and ask that person for permission to introduce the two of you. And when I do this, typically I'm getting between 37% and 42% of the requests that I'm asking get processed. I get that introduction. Now, it can, if someone doesn't do it on the first time and I try a second or third time, I can get this up to about 50%. But if we take a look and say, literally about 50% of these people that I end up connecting with end up in a call, an email, or a phone conversation or a meeting, then, if I'm averaging about 40%, I can get up to a 20% success rate overall. Why is this important? If you're cold calling, picking up the phone, trying to call businesses and trying to do stuff that way, cold calling has a success rate of about 0.5% to about 2.5%. But I'm using 0.5% here, which comes from a Baylor University study. And when you look at that, the process that I just laid out to you really quickly is about 40 times better than cold calling or picking up the phone and cold calling. Not only that, you're vetting a lot of people beforehand, because what you're doing is you're asking, hey, this is what I do. This is how I do things. Can you introduce me to this person? If they have a need, they're like, yeah, let's jump on the phone. Let's talk. Let's get a meeting. Let's go. Like, they've been vetted down. So you've got way better opportunities coming in the door. So this is the one that I talk to a lot of people. I have had only 4 people reach out to me in the last 12 months for an introduction. And that's literally 0.1% of my total connections. 99.9% of my LinkedIn connections will not ask me for an introduction. You know what? It's mind-blowing to me that I can get tremendous success by doing this, yet 0.1% of my connections, or probably 0.1% of all LinkedIn, knows this or leverages it. That one thing, just by doing this, will absolutely transform your business. Why does it work? So once again, this digital referral, typical sales close at 25%, referrals close at approximately 50%. Referrals convert at about 3 times to 5 times better than regular sales. 65% of all new business comes from referrals. 11% of salespeople ask for referrals. So what happens is, if you can get into that ability of being the minority as going after the majority of business that closes at double the rate and closes faster, you are going to impact your business. So if you're freeing up your time by leveraging technology through QuickBooks Online, through bookkeeping automation and Enter My Invoice and other applications, you know what? Why not go after more business? Why not go and get more money coming into your pocket? So here's another freebie that I will give out to people. I have a $25 course that's up on Udemy, which is an introduction to 20 LinkedIn sales prospecting tips and tricks. And just for sitting through this webinar, you're going to learn all these tips and tricks. I'm giving it to you for free. It's $25 cost. It's free. So if you go to bit.ly/L_I_20, so bit.ly/LI_20, you can get this for free. There's a free coupon on that as well. So I'm going to tell you just one more killer tip that you can use to learn how to get more clients immediately. Now, here's how you do this. Use this advanced people search again. When you go into the advanced people search, pick the relationship, pick the location. If you want, pick an industry, put other search terms in here. Grab the title that you're going after. So if I'm a bookkeeper or an accountant, I would think owners and presidents of companies are people that I might want to be talking to as well. Then hit search. What happens is you get these results coming back. So there's 22,106 people that came back in this search result in Calgary that are presidents or owners of businesses. Now, here's what you do. When you get these results that come back, what you do, it says save search up there. Click on that. When you click on that, LinkedIn's going to bring up a window that looks like this and says, put a save search in here. When you put this save search in here, what happens is you're going to name it something. You're going to put an alert out so it sends it to you weekly, monthly, or never. My suggestion would be weekly, and then create that. If you have a free account, you can get 3 of these. If you have a business account, you can get 7 to 10 of these set up as well. Why you want to do this is that anybody who is a owner of a business in a specific area or has become a new owner and puts that onto their profile, LinkedIn looks for that, and anyone that's changed their profile in the previous week will show up in these search results. So think about this, and I'll tell you why, is that I've just started a new business. I'm going out, I'm letting the world know about this stuff. As such, if I'm doing that, I may need a bookkeeper. So if I can find these owners as they're starting to crop up on LinkedIn, and I can find people that can introduce me to them, then guess what? Chances are I'm going to get that bookkeeping business. Now, here's the scoop, is that people have started a new job or a new opportunity are 10 times more likely to make a product change or a switch or anything like that than at any other time in their business or in their career. So this is the opportunity to get them and get them in the door. So this is a great way to prospect through LinkedIn and get LinkedIn to send you sales leads directly to you. So do you want more tips and tricks? One of the things I want to talk to you about, bookkeepingautomation.com. Go to our vlog. I am posting up weekly marketing tips for bookkeepers and also for accountants to find out ways to go after business. And it is, they're all there for you. I've got at least 100 sitting in the hopper right now. So I've got a good 1.5 years worth of, or 2 years worth of tips that are going to go up. I release these things weekly. You can go there and find them there. Add me to your LinkedIn network if you want. If you watch this and you got this far, add me to your LinkedIn network. Look up Chris Hamilton in Calgary. I should be probably right at the very top on that one. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me, chris@salestipaday.com. And my phone number is 403-630-1243. And I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch this today.